going on, everybody? Dogman Dan here in Warframe, and just felt like doing a couple of runs that were melee only. So I set some stuff up here. Let me just adjust my computer a bit. I got it at a bad spot here. Okay, so Valkyr, Jaw Sword, Ceres, Grineer, arguably, you know, the toughest group of the factions, and obviously the hardest planet to be on. In terms of enemies for Grineer, it's the highest level for the Grineer in here now, since they are not on Pluto. So let's just lay this out here. So Valkyr, I set her up as the following. I will throw it on the screen, on the bottom of the screen, most likely, maybe the top of the screen, I don't know, wherever. It'll be on the screen somewhere. We're running Steel Charge, Reflection, Vitality, Undying Will, Prime Flow, Marathon, Rapid Resilience, Steel Fiber, and Rage. Doesn't even have to be Prime Flow, to be honest. Just a regular flow is fine. So Steel Charge is going to give me a plus 60% melee damage. The Reflection mod is going to give me a plus 96% damage back at the attacker while I'm blocking. Vitality, obviously, for health, that's a plus 440% health. We're going to have Undying Will on here for a plus 42% bleed out reduction. So instead of bleeding out all over the place, we're going to reduce that by almost half. Prime Flow for me is at 200% instead of just regular 150% on regular flow. I just haven't gotten it maxed up yet. Stamina, we added the Marathon for 150% additional stamina on our Valkyr, so we have more to work with, especially in things like blocking and such. We are also going to use Rapid Resilience, which is going to give me a negative 75% status duration on myself. So when I take a bleed out proc, let's say a slash bleed out proc, let's say it's 4 seconds, okay? With a 75% reduction, that means it's only going to be 1 second bleed out. Plus my Undying Will, a 42% reduction as well. So you can see how that plays into the whole staying alive. Oh yeah. Anyway, so then we use Steel Fiber. Now I've only got my Steel Fiber at 80% armor. Someday I'll max it up all the way. Just never did it. And then finally I'm running Rage, which is going to convert 40% of my damage that I take on my health when I do take the damage, and convert it right back to energy to keep my energy pool up at its max, so that way I can plow through things. Now, in terms of the weapon, if we compare it to other weapons, okay, so let's compare the Jaw Sword to the Dagger Prime, arguably, you know, the best weapon in game. You can see the Jaw Sword is not as good by any means. As a matter of fact, if we compare the Jaw Sword to the Skana Prime, you can see actually the Jaw Sword is better than the Skana Prime, or the Skana for that matter. Yet I can still raffle stomp the crap out of things with the Skana Prime, which we've all seen in my videos, which means you know I'm going to do it with the Jaw Sword. In terms of the Jaw Sword, I haven't really changed anything around, to be honest. Well, I made a couple minor tweaks to it from my video, and you will see it here. I'll throw it on the screen. Crimson Dervish was actually the only thing I really changed was Crimson Dervish, and I took Spoiled Strike out and put Life Strike in. And that's about it. So I got Pressure Point, Buzzkill, Jagged Edge, and Life Strike, and then I've got Blade of Truth, Fever Strike, Vicious Frost, and Fury. So obviously we got Pressure Point and Blade of Truth both giving me additional straight melee. Buzzkill and Jagged Edge give me additional slash. Life Strike as my utility to grab health back. Fever Strike and Frost get me my viral, and then Fury helps keep the attack speed up. It's as simple. So, yeah, I mean that's how it works here. Now I'm not great at these here, as you can see. I pretty much suck at them, but I'm actually better at the Grineer ones than I am at the Corpus ones these days. And I really suck at them inside of spy missions, so I carry ciphers when and if I can. I really hate the minigames. Did I ever say how much I hate these minigames and how much I hate the way they changed them? I can't concentrate on them, but that's just me. So I'm lucky to get through them like that. Most times I just use the ciphers. But to keep up the damn resources for the ciphers, it's insane. Now, you know, it's just my theory to basically go in, and realistically, all I did was take about 15 minutes to put this together for Valkyr. And obviously the jaw stud we had set up pretty much. One minor change to it. It didn't take me that long to set something up that would be melee possible and feasible just to run pure melee. It's obviously not the god weapon that, you know, it's not a god tier weapon as people would call it. So, you know, my intention is always to prove a point here when I do builds or when I make videos, and that is, one, always just go in it to have fun. If you're doing it for anything other than having fun, then, you know, you're just thinking of it too much. It's a game. Two, build weapons so they suit your style. Now, I know a lot of people don't agree with my builds, and, you know, some people do agree with my builds. But make sure you build it to your style, because the only way you're going to actually successfully survive a mission, play a mission, or have fun in a mission, or enjoy yourself in a mission, is if you built it the way that you like. What you see from everybody that makes YouTube videos, you know, watch everybody's stuff. By all means, get different ideas from everybody. Especially if you're a newer player, you can see how people play differently, right? So you can see how they do things differently, how they react differently, how they build differently. And what you can do from that is you can tweak everything to fit your style, to fit you. And I think you'll find that once you've done that and you fit it to you, you'll find that any weapon that you have is viable in any mission. Any play is viable in any type of mission. So no matter how you play, whether you like to stealth, whether you like to go straight full charge, you know, it doesn't really matter how you do it. Once you've found a setup that fits you, you're going to enjoy it. And nobody can tell you that your setup sucks. And if they do, well, then most likely their setup sucks. I don't know. I don't know how else to say it. But, you know, that's all I encourage, is for you to just go and have fun. There is nothing wrong with watching everybody else's stuff and gathering ideas, like I said. But just go out there and have fun when you're doing it. If you have any comments or questions, please do feel free to leave them below. Otherwise, I'll catch you guys in the next episode. I'm just going to have a night where I'm just going to bust out with Valkyr running all different types of melee with her setup. Alright, until next time, thanks for watching.